All right, let's pop on in with Enduring Ideal. Speaking of decks that have fans, this is the third time I think we've played this. This deck's felt towards Bant Spirits, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. As always, tier 2 subs, you get to bump a deck in the queue every month. Yeah, in our experience playing this deck so far, it feels like it has pretty good game in most matches that don't involve counterspells, but counterspell matchups feel a little bit rough. It's hard to mulligan hands that have Lotus Bloom in this deck, but the rest of this hand is pretty atrocious. Like, we can, like, turn 4 Detention Sphere. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this. This is Overwhelming Splendor and Form of the Dragon in our opener. These are cards we want in our deck to fetch with Ideals, so we're going to go down again here. I'm actually going to keep this on the draw with a Scry. If we run some lands off, this hand is very good because it has Lotus Bloom and Enduring Ideal. What's going on, Peter? Yeah, I originally thought I was going to be on tomorrow night, but Christy and I had some of our plans changed, so I wanted to pop on tonight instead. And I'm going to be gone next weekend and the weekend after, so I wanted to make sure I got an evening stream or two. That's the perfect draw, because it hopefully helps us find some more lands. Just want to like hit our land drops for the next couple turns. JMM765, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Archetype's okay, Snipe. I don't know, I just feel like even with a couple of Entreats in your deck, you just lack the closing power that you generally want to see out of good decks in Modern. Will I be recording any of my travel adventures? I don't know. Maybe? I need to talk to Christy about that. Lilypad Swag with the 4-month resub. Thanks a lot. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Thanks for re-upping and welcome back. What's going on, Ilmarian? We are hitting land drops here. So basic lands, Night's Whisper, could be a brew, could be Goryo's Vengeance with a medium keep. Alright, well, we missed on a land. We get to suspend another Lotus Bloom. Actually, do I want a Rune Halo? Do I put them on Goryo's Vengeance? Do I need to put them on Goryo's Vengeance? No, I'm going to... Next weekend, I'm going to the SCG Open in Indianapolis. And the weekend after that, I'm going to Gen Con. So, like, they're like pseudo vacations. What's going on, Crazale? Welcome to a live one. It's good to hear, Snipe you out. I appreciate the support. I'm glad you're enjoying this stuff. I feel like I'm supposed to put them on Griselbrand. Do I name Borborygmos or Griselbrand? I think I just named Borborygmos. They have a pretty hard time killing us if this is on Borborygmos. Sorry, Borborygmos enraged. Let's not make a boo-boo here. Alright, so worst case, we need to live 3 more turns. Evening the Worm. Smells like Teen Spirit, chat. I think we guessed right. We could get, like... I was gonna say we could get Breachworm next turn, but I'd be surprised if we got Breachworm next turn because they could have Breachwormed us this turn with the Spirit Guide. I wanted to see if I could get you twice. Thank you very much for the $5 donation, you dirty, dirty people. I'm not reading that username. I've learned my lesson. This is something we've talked about on stream a few times before, just like the amount of percentage points we gain just by being familiar with Modern, that like being able to recognize that like basic lands and Night's Whispers is like likely Goryo's Vengeance, and we should name Borborg most enraged with this. I agree, Endless. And honestly, the reason why I like this prison deck compared to a lot of the other ones that we played in the past is that, like, this prison deck has a straightforward plan that, like, actually lets you win the game once you've assembled your prison. I think the blue-red deck should be called You're a Wizard Fairy. What do you think? That is an A+ play on words. Yeah, I don't have to be up in the morning, so even if we have someone that wants to do a cut the line donation, I'm planning to play fairies today before we wrap up. So untapped land lets us Enduring Ideal next turn, which Enduring Ideal will wrap the game up game 1. So untapped land lets us win this turn. Drawing Overwhelming Splendor is actually incredibly bad for us, because that's the card we want to get with the Enduring Ideal first. So I guess I should cast the Solemnity. And then next turn, when we cast Enduring Ideal off the second Lotus Bloom coming in, we get to go ahead and get Phyrexian Unlife to lock it out. Nice, Magic King. Yeah, that deck's plenty capable of winning games of Magic. That's why Modern is sweet. Let's cast the Solemnity. So, Wiggly Worm is conveniently not lethal next turn yet. And, Breach Worm only puts us to 1. And then we get to cast Enduring Ideal and get... we get to cast Enduring Ideal and get the Unlife, and then we can't die. And, like, we have a way to get this back into our decks. Like, we're not just screwed. And honestly, game 1 against Goryo's Vengeance, Solemnity Unlife should be the lock, I believe. Wait, what? Solemnity Unlife is probably still a lock, but they're definitely doing something that's different than what I was anticipating. I mean, now I just cast this, right? Go. What are the odds they can interact with this game 1? Almost 0? Oh yeah, Emrakul triggers. That's true. So I need to get this into play, right? No, they have Goryo's Vengeance. They could 10 out of 10 Emrakul us. Do I just cast this next turn? If I cast this, that should be the lock, right? Oh yeah, I just get Dovescape. I forgot Dovescape was a thing. Yeah, Dovescape's the winner. 7 mana Gurmag Angler. Resolves. So Dovescape says we basically can't cast any more spells. We'll have our spells turn into birds. And then Solemnity plus Unlife means we can't die from damage. So this should be the lock at this point. We get to assemble our win conditions. We just go get Form of the Dragon and then kill them. They'd have to, like, get to 15 mana producing lands and hard cast Emrakul, and we should kill them before we get to that point. Yeah, they could hard cast Emrakul or Breach Emrakul, but now we have Dovescape, so Breach Emrakul is off the table because Dovescape says their spells no longer happen. They just get a bunch of birds, and birds don't kill us because of Unlife Solemnity. So, for those of you that aren't familiar, this card says players can't get counters, and this card makes us take infect damage, so we can't get infect counters because of Solemnity. The decks that are still in the stream title are decks that we have yet to play, so I tend to list them in order. So we're going to play Enduring Ideal, followed by Mill, and then Blue-Red Delver Fae. I think this is the opponent tanking while they like look at their deck list and their other tab, like trying to figure out if they have outs to what's currently in play. The answer to that question is no, you do not have outs to what is currently in play. Please move along. Have you heard about the birds? Bird. So the problem, Jake, is that once I've named a deck something, I have to keep naming it that thing because I want people to be able to find all of the videos when they search the deck name on YouTube. Well, this is certainly a rest in peace matchup, right? Like, that's not close. I don't know. I don't know that Porphyry Nodes is good enough. These Rune Tailors probably aren't particularly good. I remember when player rewards were a thing? Back when WotC used to give you sweet swag for stuff. Gosh, it's incredibly sad that we only have 134 people so far and we're already third in the Magic section for the evening. I'm sure Wizards of the Coast just like did cost analysis and came to the conclusion of like what it was costing them versus the money it was making them in retaining players was not worth the cost. On the almighty dollar. Opponent frantically trying to figure out how they board against blue-white nonsense. This style of matchup I think is pretty reasonable for our deck. Congrats, Boy Toy Troy. PPTQ season is modern right now, right? It's modern staple Dovescape. That's part of the card we use to lock our opponents out of the game. Yeah, Sand seems great. They probably have discard spells post-board. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but they probably have discard spells. I think Leyline into Rip with Nevermore and Gideon's Intervention is probably good enough. We could obviously get like turn 2 Gristlebranded or something, but I think this Sand's pretty reasonable for sure. Definitely not in the range of card hands we want to mulligan. All of my past streams get reposted on my YouTube channel where I break them up by deck, so you can watch just the matches that you care about. The VODs in their entirety are locked to just my Twitch subs because Twitch ads pay less than YouTube ads, and the videos are sorted less nicely. So if you want to watch my stuff, you should go to youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. All my archives end up there. Rip. Alright, so Nevermore. I probably want to name Through the Breach with this. Just like slowly lock out the cards that they can use to kill us. It's like Liliana the Veil, maybe? Blood Moon. Okay. He brought in Blood Moon against my mostly mono-white deck. Sure. Sure, yeah. Whatever floats your boat. I guess it stops me from casting Nevermore. I guess. How many basic planes are in our deck? There's like a lot. Only 4. I guess there's only 4. That's fair, you know. Punish our greedy 2-color mana base. Looking to draw an Enduring Ideal at this point. It is meaningfully shutting down our Nykthos. We can hard cast Form of the Dragon. Yes, we can. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Bob the Builder. I'm gonna run and open my window really quick to a little airflow in my basement. This weather's been nice, my air is off. Why would I deck run Night's Whispers and not Sign in Blood? For situations exactly like this where they don't have double black. That is modern staple Peace of Mind. What's my kid's favorite show right now? Actually, the big thing they watch is just like random YouTube channels. A lot of random YouTube watchage. I'm glad I've got some peace of mind here. I'm glad I've got some peace of mind. A little peace of mind goes a long way against angry mana monkeys. This is card for card the same thing we played last time, Tom. I was pretty content with it. Decks felt pretty good against everything that's like not counterspell decks. What's going on, Nicole? When am I going to become a Fortnite streamer? Right after Never. Am I using my peace of mind again? Probably. Might as well. What's going on, Pythrian? It's a big fish, chat. It's a big fish. So I think I passed for one turn here. I'm going to take 1 or 2 draw steps at a land since I have this peace of mind keeping my health total a little bit high. I prefer to keep the Lotus Bloom, so what's it called as live draws? Enduring Ideal. Enduring Renewal. What is this card called? It's Enduring Ideal. Yeah, I got it right the first time. What a strange game of Magic. Yeah, I think I tossed the Search. We're more likely to be able to cast the other ones, right? Yay, there's Nykthos. Oh no, they're still legendary. I forgot to float. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Was not paying attention. I was like, they're mountains, right? Nope, definitely legendary mountains. Yep, I deserve that. I deserve that. Well, that buys us a little bit of time, so I'm going to go ahead and stick that out here. I'm going to get attacked here for 7. I think I'm just cracking this. That was a pretty big mistake, not floating there. If I would have sequenced that correctly, we'd have been ahead in a pretty big way here. They have enough mana. They can actually attack with 2 things still. That's kind of absurd. So they're going to put us to -1. And then this Peace of Mind can put us back up to 2. The problem is I'm like pretty far away from winning this game now because my opponent is... what's the word I'm searching for? Because my opponent is able to... because I had to crack my Lotus Bloom, sorry, to cast the Sphere of Safety. So I think I'm actually going to bin the Gideon's Intervention rather than the Phyrexian Unlife here. Because I want to cast the Unlife next turn, because it means they can only attack me with one thing. Yeah, top deck Solemnity would be gas. Top deck Solemnity would likely lock them out. And now they can only attack me with one creature, because I'm up to 6 enchantments. So they get to put me to -3 here. But then over the course of the next 2 turns, I like to get to work my health total back up. So... the antithesis of the timeout meme on this channel is that I time people out aggressively here for reasons that don't get timed out in other channels. Basically, I require people to validate the things that they're saying and not just post whatever they randomly want in my Twitch. I don't let people generally use my Twitch chat as a way to scream into the void like people are used to in other Twitch chats. So it's become a meme of sorts for people to ask to be timed out. Because there were a lot of people that complained a bunch when they get timed out because I don't let them scream into the void. Yeah, Angry Sheep. It's an updated iteration of that with cards that have been printed in the last few years. So I didn't play this out intentionally because I want to discard it to Peace of Mind. Because should we draw our one basic island, this Copy Enchantment and Sphere of Safety will lock them out of the game. And yeah, I can look at their exile. Yeah, they have Emrakul, so they're verifying the things that we pretty much already know. Thank you, Immortal. You beat me to it. So we'll take infect damage here, but then next turn we'll gain life up to 3, which means they're going to need 2 turns to kill us. The blue-redless are not Thing in the Ice decks. Thing in the Ice is a card that you play in a deck full of cantrips, and that deck is not full of cantrips. In fact, it barely has enough spells to flip a Delver. So Thing in the Ice is a functionally different deck. Thing in the Ice is not a Thing in the Ice wants cantrips with it. It wants to be in a Xerox deck. It doesn't want to play in a deck. It doesn't want to see play in a deck that's playing a bunch of redundant copies of things, so they're thus not playing cantrips. And we'd be much better off in this game if I would have just floated mana with this Nykthos before playing the second one, if I'd have remembered that. Because if we still had Lotus Bloom in play, I'd be drawing to Enduring Ideal as an out here. They have Madcap Experiment in their deck. Okay. I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure we're on just the one. Yeah, that's true. If we had Lotus Bloom, we would have been able to play this Copy Enchantment and Sphere of Safety, and then they just wouldn't be attacking us. Yeah, that's super true. They'd just be locked out at this point, basically. We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Second Basic Plains. I think Second Basic Plains is better for us to keep than this Copy Enchantment, but I'm not 100% on that. So I get 2 more turns here. We get to activate Peace of Mind again, discarding... Do I want to discard the Copy Enchantment? I don't think so, actually. I think I want to hold on to the Copy Enchantment in case I draw my basic island. So we need to draw our basic island or our Solemnity next turn, basically. One of those 2 things needs to happen. So by keeping the Copy Enchantment, we give ourselves one more out. Great, and we're dead because I messed up. So, misclick cost me that game. Little brain fart. I'm just gonna run it back. I think I'm happy with what we did. Well, I guess maybe cut this Rune Talo, bring in a Terminus. It seems fine. So, I think we would have been a strong favorite to win that game if I would have not played that land, like I said. Would have had the Copy Enchantment on the Sphere of Safety, and they would have had to pay 13 for 14 for every attacking creature. They just never would have gotten to that point. You should play a different deck. The reason why green black rock isn't even a tier 1 deck on its own, and when you cut 2 of the best cards from it, it's definitely not worth playing. So find a different deck. I pretty much exclusively play friendly leagues. I don't play Magic Online for the rush of gambling, and the rush of gambling is the only reason to play competitive leagues. Well, to gamble or to care about qualifier points. And I don't care about gambling, and I don't care about qualifier points. Do I keep this? Yeah, like I don't. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to the next one. I did play competitive leagues when the only reason I was playing was Moto points. My win rate when I'm not streaming is much higher than when I'm streaming, and my win rate when I'm playing only good decks or decks that I like is much higher than when I'm playing donation decks. So, if your win rate is absurd, you make more money playing the competitive leagues because their prizes are skewed top heavy. So if your only goal is Moto tickets and you have a very good win rate, then the competitive leagues allow you to farm more Moto tickets faster. I think that sounds fine. Rune Talo's pretty good in a lot of matchups, so is Ghostly Prison. Yeah, you kill people with Form of the Dragon, people asking what our win condition is. You cast Enduring Ideal, lock your opponent out of the game, and then kill them with Form of the Dragon. But, like, the actual answer is that, like, I smartened up, and, like, if your goal is to just be, like, if your goal is to grind Moto tickets, you should just get a job instead. The EV in grinding Moto tickets is just far worse than the EV of going to work. You should only be grinding Moto tickets if you really love what you're doing. The hourly rate is rancid. Yeah, I thought Christy and I were going to have plans tonight, but our plans fell through. And I asked her if she would care if I stream tonight. I'm not going to stream tomorrow night. I'm going to take tomorrow off. Bitter Blossom. You know what lines up decent against Bitter Blossom? Ghostly Prison. The problem is, based on their fetch lands, they probably have Abrupt Decay in their deck somewhere, right? I'm going to take a land, I think. What's going on, Super Woes? Howdy, Carbrito. Herald of the Pantheon. Your enchantment spells cost you 1 less. Whenever you cast an enchantment, you gain a life. Having an enchantment off I suppose that probably means they're slightly less likely to have access to Abrupt Decay, which is, like, probably good for us. Gideon's Intervention. I'm going to bin that one. I don't really know what that could possibly do that's useful for us. And I don't really know what this Rune Talo wants to do yet, so I'm just going to hang tight for now. Modern is competitive EDH. See what their follow-up play is here. No, I don't play decks that I don't enjoy the gameplay of. This is a prison deck that when you cast its win condition, you actually win the game. You don't just like sit there and be tedious for a while. I don't blanket ban archetypes. I blanket ban decks that aren't, I ban specific decks that aren't fun. Alright, well I guess we're gonna have protection from her. Or I could just get rid of her. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of her. Do I like Hallowed one? It's a fine deck. I don't mind playing it. Like is probably a strong word, but it's definitely powerful. I understand why it's a good deck. Yeah, I agree. I agree. What do you think? Is this our win condition this game? What are the odds this is our win condition? Non-zero? I think there's a non-zero chance that's the win con here. Okay. Oh, that's a combo with that, huh? It's a 24-24. Gosh, fear of safety would be the nuts, right? This is why you should always use protection, chat. Protection from Yavimaya, Enchantress. Protection from Yavimaya, Enchantress. Alright, opponent, 13 more turns. And by 13, I mean more than that, because you're going to gain some health in the middle, but basically 13 more turns. Oh, no. Oh, no. Are we dead? I think we're dead. Gosh, we're dead, chat. We died. Well, that didn't work out. You have a 30-day window, Nicole. And as a heads up, you can still sub to the channel and resub while I'm not here. It's a good message for folks, especially if you're currently watching this on YouTube in the future. You can and are encouraged to resub while I'm offline if my live schedule doesn't line up with your needs exactly. I appreciate the support of people that bump in and do that while I'm not here. I know there are a number of people who catch the archives that can't always catch me live. I'm bringing my sweepers and call it a day. I think their EDH deck is better than our shit. This is our second match of the evening. I punted to a red-black Goryo's Vengeance deck. This is a keep. I don't know if this is a keep. The tournaments in the opener is kind of crap. The Leyline's nice, though. The rest of the hand's not very good. I guess this is like marginally better. Oh, Anoronics. You're the best. Well, peace of mind. Just gonna pass for now. Yeah, so Mistveil Plains with peace of mind is your way to cycle things you draw back into your... Well, that ain't that a bag of... Let's, man. That, it's a tough nut to crack, chat. Let's, alright, we're gonna hopefully gonna rally this back, otherwise it might be a quick one. I don't know that I could have done much about that match, but the first match I definitely punted. Sometimes they want it more than you. Sometimes in the enchantment mirror, they come packing Aura of Silence and you're just dead. No, the desk company never responded to me. I just assume they're run by a bunch of old people that have never heard of Twitch.tv and don't understand the marketing potential. Which is sad because it's criminal. I've sold so many of their desks at this point. At least half a dozen, probably more than that. They make such a good product. I would just really love a referral code so I could get a small kickback for the work I'm doing. I'd probably sell more if I plugged it harder. What you gonna do? It's very easy to forget that Twitch isn't a thing that, like, you know, most muggles know about. Yeah, I've got my window open because the weather is nice here, so there's cicadas outside. Is it bad? If the background noise is bad, I can click my AC on and close the window. It's funny, I'm so used to it that I just, like, I wasn't even conscious of the fact that there were cicada noises. I'm just so used to them existing. Just, like, completely had zoned it out. Yeah, the best way you connect what Twitch does to, like, a muggle is, like, you're like, well, you know how people watch football or baseball on TV? It's like that, but for video games. And usually they're like oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because I watch that instead of playing it. The cicadas are coming for you, Relk. They're migrating explicitly for you. Wallabane with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. Bridge from Below. Dubs Bridge from Below. Mismatched Bridge from Below. Good news. We drew Phyrexian Unlife and Solemnity, so that should lock them out, I think. I listen to a lot of sports radio. One of our local team owners bought an Overwatch team. They spent 24 hours talking about how stupid it was that people watch other people play video games. It took 24 hours to realize that it's not any different to what they do and talk about all day. Yeah, they're definitely like white noise level. Yeah, the artwork from Phyrexian Unlife is, like, intentionally kind of creepy. I'm excited. I ordered new computer parts today. I'm building a new tower. Christy wants to do some more streaming, and the laptop that she has is not quite good enough for it. Her Crash Bandicoot stream was stuttering, so I'm building myself a new tower since I do this for work, and then moving my existing tower to her. Plug her stream link. I can link her, yeah, Krillydactyl. This is my wife. Gifted a tier 3 sub to Bruce By. Enjoy, Bruce By. And tier 3 subs come with a donation deck, so if you'd like to see something, let me know, ship me a list. If you watch your YouTube videos every night to fall asleep, it's gotten to the point where just hearing your voice puts me right to bed. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, I think. Thank you for the 2-month resub, Betty and Gaming, I appreciate it. I should stream putting the computer together. Maybe. I'm kind of hesitant to stream non-magic things because the viewer counts for non-magic things are very bad in comparison to magic things. which means like I'm trying to like increase my average viewer count. Makes it easier to pick up more advertisers when the average viewer count is higher. What game does Christy stream? She's been playing some Crash Bandicoot game that was a remaster. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, we could also just cast it from Christie's channel. All right, so they just did a bunch of creature things, right? Just like Rips and Sweepers sound great. Nevermore is probably not needed. Gideon's Detention is probably not needed. Oh, I'm sorry, Libelic. Yeah, Modern's a tough format sometimes. It feels odd that I could time out myself. Yep. Yeah, this is Christie's channel. Need a couple more cuts here because I want to bring the sweepers in too. They probably have discard spells in post-board, right? So I want to leave these Leyline of Sanctities in. Like a Copy Enchantment. What are you looking to see, Onyx? Do you have something specific in mind? Taking all the fun timeouts from us. I think the sand's too slow. I guess it has Unlife in it. I guess I'm gonna keep this. It has Unlife in it. They mulligan to 6. Let's go like Azcanta into Unlife. Unlife should buy us a little bit of time. I think it just started raining out. That'll quiet the bugs down. Oop. Ghostly Prison sounds great against what they have going on, so I'm going to leave that right where it's at. Oh, they suspended... Gargadon makes sense, I guess, because they have Bridge from Below in their deck. You have to kill one of us. Here. I think the world will go on. I think we'll survive. I don't know exactly what they're doing. Their start is definitely slow here, right? Are they casting Bridge from Below? How funny would that be? Cast Prized Amalgam. That card's a lot less impressive when it's a 3/3 that you actually pay mana for. I'm not saying no. I'm going to keep that, actually. I want to make my land drops here, I think. Cast Ghostly Prison and pass. Well, if they cast Bridge... Oh, this can't sacrifice enchantments. I'm dumb. I always think this can sacrifice any permanent, but it definitely explicitly says artifact, creature, or land. I was thinking they could cast Bridge and then sack it to Gargadon, but that is not how Magic works. Man, Stitcher Supply, hit Gravecrawler, and Bloodghast. This Gravecrawler art is sweet, by the way. Nope. Stop it. Stop it. Yep. Good. Good, zombie. 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 Oh, the post. Sounds good, Inner. I might be able to squeeze in a fourth tonight. Because Christy's going out. Well, they're going to use the land to, like, recast this Gravecrawler and stuff over and over again. So, like, they're putting Greater Gargadon into play here. Like, they're going to go sack this, recast it, sack this, recast it. And, like, get Price Amalgam back at their end of turn. So we're going to pull a bunch of counters off of this thing. Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. Do I want to curve into this Overwhelming Splendor guaranteed? I don't think so. I think I just want to dig aggressively for answers to this stuff. More ways to lock them out. We're looking for, like, Sphere of Safety, right? I don't remember, Rick. Yeah, message me off stream, Rick, or respond to the email that I sent you. Sorry, I get a lot of deck submissions, unless you're talking about the Abzan deck, in which case I had other people already donate to bump that, I think. Well, I'm glad you're better, Impulsive Piano. That sounds like an absurd series of things. It's good to hear you recovered. I'm going to try and make sure to do evenings and weekends on occasion still, so folks can catch me. So we're taking a 12 ball here. I'm fetching. So we've got like 2 looks at a Sphere of Safety here. Or Sphere of Safety or the other one to go with this, right? I'm blanking on its name. Solemnity. I guess I get 2 more turns though, right? Possibly more than that, depending on what their hand looks like. Terminus. Nope. I'd like to draw that. I forgot we boarded in that one. 1 Terminus, just like a professional. Look, chat. We put 1 Terminus in the sideboard for a reason, okay? We put 1 Terminus in the sideboard for a reason. I'm gonna hit their blue source here on the off chance they don't have an island in their deck. I also just want to, like, put cards in my bin for search for Azcanta. They don't have any more basics. Well, that's great for us. I wouldn't be surprised if the Overgrown Tomb or the Water Gravers in their deck just, like, cast the Prized Amalgams on occasion when they draw it. Yeah, that's true. All my normal stream times are friendly. Or Euro friendly, sorry. Weekend streams definitely not as Euro friendly. Ooh. Ooh. Listen, cornfield time, it's not even 8 o'clock, chat. May return. Alright, I don't have to bring that one back. Milling Dovescape feels a little bit bad. Oh, never mind. It actually doesn't feel bad at all, because I get to bring it back with Starfield next turn. I'm not going to bring back Cast Down. And now I get to cast Enduring Ideal. I'm going to get Sphere of Safety to start here. I don't want to put, I don't want to put my win conditions into play until I bring back Dovescape. So I'm going to put this on the stack first because I want to put the Dovescape into play here to start. Oh, I forgot that was going to happen. That's funny. I guess I should just get Greater Auramancy just in case. Opponent's seen enough. Alright, onward, upward, backward, forward. We're running it back. We're 1 and 2. I punted one of the matches. Just kind of got run over in the second. But we're on our way back to the 3-2 chat. It's feeling like a 3-2 kind of night. Evening, Jat. Sorry, J-Bone. Good luck with the rest of your league. This hand is absurd. It has Bloom, it has Ideal, and it has Ghostly Prison plus Copy Enchantment to slow down an aggressive deck. Why is it called Cornfield Time anyways? Because a good portion of the Midwest is cornfields. Wouldn't this list be better with 1 Idyllic Tutor and only 3 Enduring Ideals? You should read Idyllic Tutor. You should read this card. This is the card you want to draw. And Idyllic Tutor doesn't do it to you. Unless I'm misremembering here. Nope, Idyllic Tutor does exactly what I thought it does. Do 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 do. So for those of you that saw that I posted I was going to be live tomorrow night, I'm actually going to be live. I'm live tonight instead, so I'm going to be taking tomorrow off. And then I'll be back after. We're going to play 3 or 4 leagues tonight, and then I'll be back Monday morning as always. Mondays I start early, so I didn't want to like stream late tomorrow night and then be up early again Monday. Tonight, if I go late, I can be up. I can sleep in a little bit tomorrow. I believe the opponent's probably AFK. You know, just Magic Online things. I guess while we're waiting, I can import this black-white zombies deck. And Ironic sent over. This deck, this is something. This is certainly something. Oh, look, we have a turn. Yeah, I'm just not sure this has enough interaction to really be competitive in Ironics. Like, it's like one of those, it's not fast enough to have good linear draws, but it's also like doesn't have enough interaction to not just get run over. So I'm not really sure that this is something. I think if anybody other than you in Ironics sent me this, I'd reject it. But if you really want it, you've got the crown, and I make exceptions for people with crowns on occasion. Also remember, Interonics, if you want something that's a Meme Monday is coming up. So if you've got good ones, you should save them for that. You can just play some real decks tonight. As real as modern decks get, I suppose, right? Like real deck in the context of modern is kind of a loose definition. Although I'm just giving you a fair warning, Meme Monday is going to close with Blue-Red Fae. Because, well, we're going to play Blue-Red Fae every day this week. Every day next week. Technically, it's not the next week yet. Every day next week, we're going to play Blue-Red Fae. Well, except for maybe Friday. I need to have a deck list figured out before Friday, so Friday we probably won't play it. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are all going to involve one Blue-Red Fairies League. Meme Monday plus Fae equals time to get a day off. A lot of the meme decks 3-2. Smells like Grixis Shadow. Serious about what, does he? Blue-Red Fairies is a real deck we've been playing. I like it a lot. It's the deck I'm playing in Indianapolis next weekend. Alright, so I'm going to jam the crap out of this Ghostly Prison, because it should bait a stub denial, hopefully. Because if this baits a stub... Ooh, that didn't get stubbed. If this didn't get stubbed, I feel like we probably have a green light to go next turn. I'm planning to play Delver Fairies tonight. Tonight, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It gives me, what, 7? Gives me 5 leagues between now and then. Inquisition of Kozilek. You are about to be very sad, opponent. Details on how donation decks work are here. Any questions about specifics, feel free to ask. Alright, well this game's over. This matchup's probably pretty impossible for us, so stealing game 1 is kind of absurd. No, we're playing Mill 2. What do I get first here? Thanks for saving me the trouble, opponent. I appreciate you. So I think I'm supposed to play this matchup from the angle of answering their threats. Nevermore, Cast Out, Gideon's Intervention. These are all a little slow. Although maybe Cast Out is just fine. Maybe Cast Out is just fine. Am I supposed to board in Boseiju? I already need more cuts. They can't interact with my enchantments. Let's cut this. The plan, if we draw Form of the Dragon, is discard it to Peace of Mind and then Mistveil Plains it back into our deck. All right, but like, what all am I cutting for these Boseijus, chat? You can also Starfield of Nyx the Form of the Dragon back into play. Search for Azcanta isn't good enough. It's too slow. I mean, it shuts off like exactly Search for Azcanta. And Rest in Peace turns off a significant portion of the opponent's deck. I got like a Nykthos and a Field of Ruin. Nykthos is pretty important in this deck. Nykthos is like one of your ramp outlets. It's like your extra copies of Lotus Bloom, basically. Let's do that. See how that feels. Sure. Hand's okay against discard. Yeah, Evan stuff was good. I was just looking for some Modern to watch the other night. And scroll down. I don't remember what you were playing, but whatever it was, I was just like, this isn't for me. And I was just digging for other stuff and he was on. I assume we'll see them take a Lotus Bloom here, but they might get distracted by the fact that there's like double Lotus Bloom in my hand and like take something else instead. Yeah, it might be time to kick Moto. And they took the Starfield of Nyx. It's interesting. We don't have a Maria in our deck, Lurgoyf. You're thinking of something else. You think I was talking about Mistveil Plains? Because Mistveil Plains is like a really small portion of what we have going on. Yeah, this deck would be fine in Onyx. Well, this deck's trying to cast a 7-mana sorcery, so it's playing Lotus Bloom because it wants to cast a 7-mana sorcery. And a lot of other decks aren't trying to play 7-mana sorceries. Hallowed one is like one of those sad memes. It's not like username checks out for you, BBR. How much money for you to play a cruel control list? I assume Verdict's going away here. I don't know. I'm pretty confident Chuckwagon still qualifies. It's a good draw. To answer your question, details on donation decks can always be found under the stream. So like now they have to take my Enduring Ideal and then Supreme Verdict gets to clear their board here, which is nice. Wait, what? You just think you're gonna kill me with your things you already have in play? Oh, my sweet summer child. They have no clue, chat. They have no clue. Why? They've made a terrible mistake, chat. Maybe they don't get it. Maybe they don't understand. This says win the game, opponent. It says win the game. Overwhelming Splendor. I choose you, Pikachu. Oh, I could have cast Rest in Peace too. That was a small mistake, but I don't think it matters. I would have cast the Rest in Peace. They'd have one less 1/1 in play right now. Real facts. Stub me, baby. Give me that fat stubby D. Are you Disdainful Stroked? I am. Drawing Dovescape feels pretty bad here. I guess we're just getting Unlife plus Solemnity, right? Just to, like, give ourselves the least possible chance to die here. Rest in Peace is fine to leave on top. I basically just want to like make sure I'm not drawing a card that I want to search up. Oh, I'm searching anyways before I draw, so it doesn't matter. Angler doing its best, scored Felico to suppression. Does chat know about the timeout command, Doof Monster? Thank you very much for the 6-month resubscription. I appreciate the half a year and welcome back. Alright, chat. We're 2-2. We punted one of them, so we could be 3-1 if I was slightly better at Magic. Let me grab this Anoronic Scent. We're going to wrap up with 2 different Delver decks tonight. Anoronic Scent and a Teamer Delver list. I'm going to fit that in there for him for sure. Yeah, Grixis Shadow is not a match I would expect to win with this deck if I was just looking at the deck list on paper. Definitely think that that's a matchup that's pretty hard for this archetype. This is probably fighting against an unknown opponent. Leyline of Sanctity and Ghostly Prison cover a lot of the decks in Modern that are trying to kill you quickly. And Nykthos Shrine of Nyx is ramp with these. You're not wrong. Opponent definitely should have taken the card our deck was named after. I'm gonna bottom that. We're not looking for more mana at this point. We're definitely looking for our namesake. Alright, smells like some robots. Looking for Sphere of Safety. Looking for Phyrexian Unlife, kinda, because they do have infect kills occasionally. Steel Overseer is pretty scary here. Are we the first person in the history of Magic to put a Runed Halo on Ornithopter? I feel like we might be the first person in the history of Magic to put a Runed Halo on Ornithopter. Sometimes it's just the right play, chat. Sometimes Runetail on Ornithopter is everything you need to be doing in life. You look back at your life and you're like, well, somehow I ended up here. The rain, she pours outside, chat. The rain, she pours. I like how they're attacking anyways. Come at me, bro. You have no power here. So this makes 6 mana, which means I can cast both of these. What do I want to name with this Nevermore? What do we think? The raven cried, nevermore. Are children sleeping? What are we? Is it cranial plating? It's probably cranial plating, right? Because cranial plating is their best way to kill us through a ghostly prison.
They're not quite asleep because you're loud.
Sorry.
They're not gonna get out of their beds.
Was that a good thing or a bad thing? I didn't think about this turning our stuff into creatures. I guess they can kill this with Galvanic Blast now, huh? Which might make this a bad play. This might have been a bad play. Yeah, it might have been a bad play.
You see how when you talk, this I'll wait till they're asleep, I guess.
We do bring it back afterwards, that's true, but they get a full attack, and like one full attack might be enough to kill us.
Turned off all the lights upstairs.
Okay.
Wait till they come down here.
Okay. Go ahead.
Or are you gonna be mad if they come down here?
Copy Enchantment. Is that a good one? If so, why? Back to prison with you. I choose you, Pikachu. Just waiting on our namesake, our namesake, our namesake. Waiting on our namesake to end the game. Do 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 do. Waiting on our namesake to end the game. Sphere of Safety virtually ends the game too. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. Oh, that's true. We do kind of have them locked out 2 different ways, right? All right, if they hit another mana source next turn, this is lethal next turn if they hit another mana source, right? That is not the droid we're looking for, chat. So, unfortunately, we are, 17 cards or so into our deck here with Scries. Without our namesake or a Sphere of Safety. This is smart on the opponent's part, activating their thing to get counters on it. We need to fade a land here or we're dead to the Sets Champion. Mox Opal also does it. Things that is not lethal. Alright, survey says Ew. So Unlife means that even if they draw a land, we get an extra turn now because of how the infect works. Oh yeah, you're right. Opal doesn't work because they have to do it inside of combat. Good call. Good call. Needs to be a Lando, exactly. Do you think this is the most Steel Overseer activations our opponents ever had in a game? It's probably up there, right? Are we having fun yet, opponent? That's not how magic works. Good try, though. I mean, against Lantern Control, you're not activating Steel Overseer, though. Like, you're explicitly not activating Steel Overseer against Lantern. Also not how magic works. Good try, though. Yay! We did it! We did it! We did it! Hooray! How you doing? How you doing? Oh yeah, 10 out of 10 sphere of safety to start the party off. So epic Jat means that we can't cast any more spells for the rest of the game. And at the start of every one of our upkeeps, we get to cast a new copy of this Enduring Ideal. So we get to cast one Enduring Ideal every turn for the rest of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they have 13 mana to attack with a creature currently. Bear Senior, a lot less time than I have watched. Here's to being able to support. Thank you for the 4 months of support, Bear Senior. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me here. Thanks for keeping me employed. I don't think the Enduring cards were playable when they were in Standard, but I don't know. I don't know that for sure. If you played this matchup against Tron, I feel like we have, but I don't remember for sure. I assume they're just waiting to see our win con at this point. Howdy, Lord On. Well, if you enjoy this deck, be sure to check out my YouTube channel too, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. All of my streams get archived there. You can be sure to check out my stuff. Played this deck 2 other times at least on stream, so there's a couple more leagues up there. What's going on, Nivik? Good evening. Goodness, what a long time. Thank you for the 8 months, Hey Crab Zombie. Thanks for keeping Twitch working too. Got your little wrench there next to the sword. I like how they're still putting 1/1 counters on these things. Like that's relevant. Ed Deming. How does evening turn into Ed Deming, Nivik? No, stop it. Bad. Can I give... If I give you a mod sword, will you have a mod sword and a wrench? This is my win con. My win con's amazing. This is how we actually kill them. 5U. 5U. This is weird. Usually people in friendly leagues value their time more than this. And even if they could Galv Blast us, like we have Phyrexian Unlife in play. Our EDH deck's pretty dope. Do kids still say dope? Is that vernacular that's hip? Am I down? Am I down with the children? It's tight. Okay. On fleek. Lit fam. Those sound like real things kids say. On fleek and lit fam. All right. Why not copy form? Because that ends my opponent's suffering sooner. And I'm not here to end their suffering sooner. They're allowed to concede at any point. The only person ending their suffering is them. Trim and Azcanta. I'm going to bring in these sweepers and pass and submit. I don't think Porphyry Nodes is good enough here. They have a lot of like random guys with 0 power that we don't care to kill. No, you want Starfield in your deck in case you draw enchantments that you need to get into play. So if you draw enchantments that you want to get with Enduring Ideal while you have Enduring Ideal going, you get Peace of Mind to discard them and then Starfield of Nyx to put them back into play. We're 2-2 for Phyrexian Fox, and we're up a game in this 5th match. What is the average age of a Hoagland stream viewer? I don't have stats for Twitch, but I do have stats for my YouTube channel, and YouTube estimates that my average viewer is somewhere between 25 and 30. There's a wide range of people if you consider everyone, but the largest percentage is 25 to 30. And I don't think that would surprise anyone. You're not wrong, Hat Crab Zombie. The Deck Q extension is A+. It's really awesome. When the person came to me with that, and they asked me not to name them specifically, otherwise I would credit them, but I was very grateful for that. It's really slick. What's the gender breakdown of my YouTube viewership? YouTube estimates that my viewers are overwhelmingly male. Take a quick peek and make sure there's not any information I don't want shared on there, but I could show you my YouTube stats page or the demographics page. I think that's allowed. Crumbling Vestige. That's a weird one. Yeah, this page is fine to share, right? Yeah, I can drag this one over. These are my YouTube stats. This bar is so 57% it estimates, sorry, 25 to 34 is the range it gives. 57% it estimates are men in the 25 to 34-year-old range. I don't think these stats are that surprising to anyone. They weren't that surprising to me. If you were asked me to guesstimate, it'd probably be something similar to those. I'm in the majority. What do I win? This is still Enduring Ideal. We'll be moving on to Blue-Black Mill after this match, actually. This is the penultimate match, or the ultimate match. Penultimate means second to last, right? This is the last match of this league. Ghostly Prison and a Copy Enchantment. Ghostly Prison should be pretty good here. I mean, there's definitely something to be said, too, about, like, where my audience comes from based on the type of content that I make. I definitely use mature language on occasion, right? With some consistency, so I could see that making some parents shy away from letting kids watch my stuff, which is one of the reasons why I want to work on swearing less, make my content a little bit more accessible that way. But I also think, like, in general, modern tends to be less accessible to people who are younger, because modern to buy into to start is more expensive, right? So you need more spending money to play this format. So they can equip this and then crack us to 2 here. I think we're dead, right? Yeah, you're not wrong, Persip. People who are likely to sling poop are likely to be younger, I think. And remember, that's just YouTube guesstimating, Jackal Girl. Like, YouTube, like, that's why whenever I showed that, I said YouTube estimates. Because remember, like, it doesn't include non-binary options, and it doesn't, you know, have 100% accurate information. We're still just dead, though, right? Because they get to, like, pay 4 and attack us with this. I believe so. Let's make sure they do it. Clay Walk, thank you for the tier 3 2-month, the tier 2, sorry, 3-month free subscription. Be sure to drop me a message in private. Let me know which deck card that's already in the queue you'd like to bump this month with that. I appreciate it. Could I have cast both activating Shrine? No, I was 1 short of doing that, right? Because I only had this, and this in play. So activating Shrine made 4, so I had 4 plus 1, which is 5. And this cost 3 and 3. When are we getting to Vintage Survival? I'm going to start with Vintage Survival on Monday, Nivik, because I think Vintage Survival qualifies for me Monday. So 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Maybe a little bit before that, even if I'm up early. We'll be playing Vintage Survival. Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, doing what it does best, looking awkward. Vintage Survival is a vintage deck featuring the card Survival of the Fittest. A card that's still banned in Legacy for whatever reason. Most likely because WotC doesn't really care about Legacy. I don't think Nodes is good enough here. I think they have enough fodder to play around it a lot of the time. I don't know, it feels absurdly slow to me. Though I guess if they have bad starts, it's fine. Unbanned Twin. Democracy points towards that Grixis control pile with the Scorpion God. Sounds good. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. I can't unban Twin, but I can at least give you some Grixis control. That's funny. I was actually watching the Overwatch League semifinals before I fired up. 3/4 of the way to being a full person. Taryn, thank you very much for the 8-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, our hand's still a little dirtily here. We're only gonna hit for 3 though this turn. We hit for 3 and then 5 and then 7, so we're dead in a few turns. Looking for a Copy Enchantment or another Ghostly Prison or a Sphere of Safety. Something to make our opponent pay more mana. Runed Halo. That doesn't really help us accomplish anything, right? I guess it's gonna let Nykthos make more mana next turn, which is nice. I'm just going to play this out to insulate against Galvanic Blast and just be mana efficient this turn. So next turn I can go Runed Halo, and then the following turn I'll actually be able to cast Enduring Ideal, right? So I just have to live for a couple of turns here. We're taking 6 this turn and then 8 next turn. So I'm technically still alive, right? I'm taking 6 down to 10 and I'm taking 8 down to 2. And this is putting me to 1. So I should survive at 1 here, I believe, and then get Sphere of Safety into play. What's going on, Average Toaster? Another Leyline. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this out on Vault Scourge. The problem is I'm dead to a Mox Opal or an untapped land tier. Is the part that feels bad. No, Halo would have saved me 1 point of health, but it would have been a lot less mana efficient, so I don't think it really matters. One point isn't going to be the difference here. So if we get another turn, we probably win the game. I'm just going to play a land and kill us, though, most likely. It's unfortunate. I punted the first match that we played. That is a tapped land, technically, and that mana doesn't move to combat, so we should get another turn here. Oh, dang it. That's frustrating. Yeah, Blue-Red Delver Phase last deck I'm going to play. That was really close. I mean, did not have land or cranial plating there. Ended up having cranial plating. Tough beat. The deck should have finished 3 and 2. We finished 2 and 3 because I punted one of them. I think if you're looking for a prison deck to play in Modern, this deck's definitely a super reasonable choice. This is the most fun I've had playing a prison deck, and the reason why I really like this deck is because when this deck is finally ready to win the game, it actually wins the game. You don't just like sit there and durdle around managing the top card of their deck or like naming a bunch of stuff to hope they don't draw their outs. Like, you cast Enduring Ideal, you get your cards, you firmly lock them out of the game, and then they can't get back into you, kill them very quickly. All right. Up next,